As you may know, over the weekend in Turkey, there was a horrific suicide bombing during a rally for peace called for the opposition party. And now, Margaret, 97 people at least were found dead, sending the country into tailspin. There's a lot of political unrest.
There is, and Tayyip Erdogan is suspect in this case because of his treatment of protesters, particularly in 2013, if you recall, how he would use water cannons and tear gas.
Correct.
He really wanted to break up protest groups in Ankara and Istanbul. And the problem I'm having with this, so mainstream media is rushing to say IS is the prime suspect, but you know, he has a lot to benefit from if he didn't orchestrate this. And there is a lot of speculation that he could have because of his treatment of people protesting in the past.
Exactly, and there's context to this story because this is not the first bombing that happens at a political rally of this party. Now, this is the third one in just this year. There's elections in November, and although the official statement by Turkey is saying, yes, this looks like ISIS, ISIS is really quick to call for responsibility when they create these actions. So it's rare that they haven't come forward and say, yes, this is ISIS. Although, like you said, the president is moving forward, pushing that narrative. The protesters now, there's a lot of protesting around the city, around the country, saying this is not the right thing. We protest the responsibility of the president in these bombings because, again, we have to understand in this case the division that there is in Turkey between the Kurds and the Turks. So it's a long-standing, divide that has been in the country, and also the porous and the trickle-down of the Syria conflict into the border, all the migrants that live in the buffer zone in between Syria and Turkey, makes for this to be really, really of importance for the region.
Right, and the targets here, the rally was a pro-Kurdish activist group. You know, we're talking about specific people who get under a lot of, varied interest skin here. So ISIS doesn't like them, Erdogan doesn't like them. It could be anybody could be responsible for this. I'm looking for more information. This looks like to me, though, so in covering suicide bombers in my past, even on the ground, when a suicide bomb happens, you're covering it, and a few hours later another one will happen. This hallmarks, for me, looking at it based on just my own history, small terrorist groups, they have a tendency to do this one and then another in the same place like this, from what I've seen. And that's what they did here. So either somebody in his government knows that and they've really done a great job of framing ISIS, or he's cracking down on protesters again.
Exactly. The bombings were seconds apart, right at the center of this rally for peace, and it's very, very unnerving to see that the terrorist attacks, this is the biggest terrorist attack in the history of modern Turkey, so it's no small thing. It's something that we need to take care of, and we need to start paying attention, because the unrest of the region is very well exemplified here. With so many players, with so many different interests, we have to be vigilant. Let us know your thoughts below in the comment section, and if you haven't, please subscribe to The Lip TV.